So I've heard you say through this, we talked about some big areas here, but landing it on what we can do and how this affects us and how we come through it well. One of them was, don't minimize. You've got to express how you feel. There's no point saying this isn't World War II. I need to pull myself together. If you've got some loss, talk about it. We talked about that. But I've just heard you touch on another one. I would call it, would it be survivor's guilt? There's some people going, I'm going through this. I've got a guaranteed job. This isn't going to affect me. I've got nice time with my family. They're probably embarrassed to talk to other people about it. Is that a real thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Survivor guilt. Yeah, very much so. And I think there will be, to be honest, I was struggling with this to a certain extent in the beginning more. I've kind of settled into it now. But for example, as I've said before, both my parents are already dead. I've got 2 kids, both of whom fit and healthy. They work online, so they're okay. Financially, I'm okay that I can roll with what there is at the minute. So there's nobody who's keeping me up at night with me worrying about they're very vulnerable or they're, what if, all that kind of stuff. I've got a little back garden I can sit in the sun. I've got the internet, so I can Zoom people and talk to people. So at the moment, and as an introvert, to be perfectly honest with you, not having to deal with very irritating people all day, it's a bit of a blessing. So, but it was that feeling that I knew when I was talking to people, like at church, small group, we would, doing Zoom, all this kind of stuff, that some people are genuinely struggling. I've got a friend who's a single parent whose daughter is on the autistic spectrum. She's hyperactive. That's no fun. I've got people who have got, elderly relatives that they're genuinely concerned about. They're people who are in high risk groups, because they're asthmatic or whatever, that, these are very real dangers, very real fears, very real, friends in the NHS who are going in every day and just seeing how bad it really is. And I'm living in my happy little bubble where I get to watch TV and read a book, and talking to them, suddenly getting that sense of shame really more than anything else of actually lockdown's not that bad for me, to be perfectly honest. And it is that thing of being able to balance sensitivity to other people who are genuinely struggling, but at the same time being able to balance that with trying to keep myself healthy, keep myself as well as I can, and recognising that in the real world, I am doing okay, and that's perfectly acceptable too. So it is a dangerous, it's kind of, well, it's more of not dangerous. It's a tightrope, isn't it, of falling one way or the other. But that is a very difficult thing, and we want to be sensitive to the people who are struggling. We want to be sensitive to the people who aren't struggling, and as with everything, it's that broad spectrum of life. But in many ways, I think it's just become more extreme, because the truth is that in all areas of life, on any day, in any, a year ago, there were people who were struggling and there were people who were happy. And in the church community, at any given time, you've got some people who are having the best time of their life sitting right next to people who are having the worst time of their life. And we need to be sensitive to both and allow both to validate their experience without. But survivor guilt, it's a common thing, and I think there'll be a lot of it. People will come out of the pandemic and they won't have lost anyone or suffered anything, and like you say, their jobs are secure. They'll just get back in the car, go off to work, and life will return to normal very, very quickly. Whereas other people, it will take them a long time to process grief, for example, or they'll suddenly be unemployed, or there's going to be a broad spectrum of responses once it's all over. Yeah, very definitely.